Hi everyone. 5 interesting short stories, part 2. Number 1. A story tells that 2 friends were walking through the desert. During some point of the journey, they had an argument, and one friend slapped the other one in the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything, wrote in the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me in the face." They kept on walking until they found an oasis, where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mire and started drowning, but the friend saved him. After he recovered from the near drowning, he wrote on a stone, "Today my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slapped and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote in the sand and now, you write on a stone, why?" The other friend replied, "When someone hurts us we should write it down in the sand where lines of forgiveness can erase it away. But, when someone does something good for us, we must engrave it in stone where no wind can ever erase it." Number 2. One hot day, a thirsty crow flew all over the fields looking for water. For a long time, he could not find any. He felt very weak, almost lost all hope. Suddenly, he saw a water jug below the tree. He flew straight down to see if there was any water inside. Yes, he could see some water inside the jug. The crow tried to push his head into the jug. Sadly, he found that the neck of the jug was too narrow. Then he tried to push the jug to tilt for the water to flow out, but the jug was too heavy. The crow thought hard for a while. Then, looking around it, he saw some pebbles. He suddenly had a good idea. He started picking up the pebbles one by one, dropping each into the jug. As more and more pebbles filled the jug, the water level kept rising. Soon it was high enough for the crow to drink. His plan had worked. Moral: think and work hard, you may find solution to any problem. Number 3. There once was a little boy who had a bad temper. His father gave him a bag of nails and told him that every time he lost his temper, he must hammer a nail into the fence. The first day the boy had driven 37 nails into the fence. Over the next few weeks, as he learned to control his anger, the number of nails hammered daily gradually dwindled down. He discovered it was easier to hold his temper than to drive those nails into the fence. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his father about it, and the father suggested that the boy now pulls out 1 nail for each day that he was able to hold his temper. The days passed and the young boy was finally able to tell his father that all the nails were gone. The father took his son by the hand and led him to the fence. He said, "You have done well, my son, but look at the holes in the fence. The fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar just like this one. Moral: you can put a knife in a man and draw it out. It won't matter how many times you say I'm sorry, the wound is still there. Make sure you control your temper the next time you are tempted to say something you will regret later." Number 4. Once, there was this guy, who was in love with a girl. She wasn't the most beautiful and gorgeous, but for him, she was everything. He used to dream about her, about spending the rest of life with her. His friends told him, "Why do you dream so much about her when you don't even know if she loves you or not? First, tell her your feelings, and get to know if she likes you or not." He felt that was the right way. The girl knew from the beginning that this guy loves her. One day when he proposed, she rejected him. His friends thought he would take alcohol, drugs, etc. and ruin his life. To their surprise, he was not depressed. When they asked him how was it that he is not sad, he replied, "Why should I feel bad? I lost one who never loved me and she lost the one who really loved and cared for her." Moral: true love is hard to get. Love is all about giving to other person without greed of gaining anything in return. If other person rejects it, it's him/her who will be losing the most important thing in life. So never feel dejected. Number 5. A man stopped at a flower shop to order some flowers to be wired to his mother who lived 200 miles away. As he got out of his car, he noticed a young girl sitting on the curb sobbing. He asked her what was wrong and she replied, "I wanted to buy a red rose for my mother. But I only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $2. The man smiled and said, "Come on in with me. I'll buy you a rose." He bought the little girl her rose and ordered his own mother's flowers. As they were leaving, he offered the girl a ride home. She said, "Yes, please. You can take me to my mother." She directed him to a cemetery, where she placed the rose on a freshly dug grave. The man returned to the flower shop, cancelled the wire order, picked up a bouquet and drove the 200 miles to his mother's house. Moral: life is short. Spend much time as you can loving and caring people who love you. Enjoy each moment with them before it's too late. There is nothing important than family. Thank you.